This is PMA 221, Basic Dynamic Analysis, and I'm doing it in the machine we have here, Windows 10 with tools. The project refers to an older Windows 2016, but all the projects we should do them in this Windows 10 with tools if you've got it. And I could not get the settings windows to close, moved it to the side. Yeah, I don't know, Globdad. I'd maybe try to restart would be my first thought. But, that's weird. I don't know what the deal is. Anyway, so, however, if you go over to Zoom, you can share your desktop, and maybe I can help figure it out. But let me do this demonstration first. So you go here and download this thing, key.7z from my website. And this is the way to package malware so browsers won't catch it. It's zipped with a password of malware. So I right-click, 7-zip, extract here, and give it the password of malware. And the whole point of that is it's supposed to be encrypted so your browser and everything cannot detect that it's malware. All right, and there it is. All right, so now we're going to open it up in PE View to see what we can see. PE View. Ah, good, nice and big. And I open Downloads, key.exe. Okay. So it's got the usual header here, and that's the usual MS-DOS program and the PE headers. And here's the image headers. It's got normal sections, text, R data, data, and relocation. And if you go to the R data section, you got the imports. All right. Here's the import address table. So it's used advanced API with a few API calls there. And then this looks like kernel 32, and it is, and then user 32.dil. So it's using only those 3 dils. All right. Now if we use bin text, we can see what's in here. Oh, I may want to, good. This is one that's running at 640 by 480. That's good, which will make it bigger. So let's open this thing here. I wonder if there's a way to get this thing to go away. Good. All right. Key.exe and go. All right. So we got the usual stuff. The program cannot be run in MS-DOS mode. And whoops, I'd make it bigger if I could, but some weird nonsense is happening. All right. All right, and then the sections, and up here, oh, this is pretty good. Let me go down a little more slowly. This is all junk. There. Caps lock, right click, up arrow key, down arrow key, left. This is a keylogger. That's why keyloggers have to have these strings in there. So that's pretty obviously a keylogger. And here's what looks like a driver, but maybe it's a malicious file. And here's a run key. It looks like it's going to write some kind of persistence mechanism to the run key, and it's going to create some file called VMX32-64. Just looking at these strings. And then here's a bunch of error messages and such. All right. So there's those are interesting things to see here. And here's a lot of API calls. Like I say, you can learn quite a lot just by looking at the strings. That's the boring stuff. Usually at the end there's more good stuff. Nope, not this time. Just Hong Kong and New Zealand and stuff. All right. So we saw the key definitions. All right, so now let's set it up for dynamic analysis. We'll run Process Explorer. There it is. I guess I'll run it as administrator. I don't know if I really need to, but it won't do any harm. All right. And I want to make that bigger. I think I got view options. Yeah, view, font. Font, there we are. Good. I can just make it Lucida, bold, bigger. There we go. That's just stuff about the memory. It doesn't really matter. The description is pretty useful, and the company is pretty useful. There. And the PID is not bad enough. All right, so here we go. This is what I was saying before. Here it is loading the system stuff with pink services, and all these things are the parts of the operating system that runs with high privileges before you log in. All these pink things are Windows services. And then way down towards the bottom is WinLogon. This is where you log in. Up till here, it did not know who you were, so everything had to run with system or some other high privilege account. Now it knows who you are, and everything below here is a child of that process, except Java update. And here's PEView itself, VMware Tools. Here's Explorer that draws the desktop. And here's OneDrive and such. So that's all the stuff running in userland, the purple stuff with low privileges running as me. All right. So we're going to leave this running. It's okay to leave it running. It's not going to like fill up the RAM or anything. It's just immediate view. And Wireshark can in principle fill up RAM and crash if you have a lot of network traffic, but it'll be okay on this machine because I won't have a lot of network traffic. There's not much happening in networking here. So I can double click Ethernet and it starts sniffing, and I have to give it a password for my host machine for it to sniff in promiscuous mode. And as you see, there's not much of anything happening on the network right now because I don't have a browser open or anything in that virtual machine. And there's instructions here how to get rid of the RDP traffic, but you don't have to do that if you're running a local virtual machine. You'd only have to do that if you're using a cloud machine, which I was when I wrote this project. And now Process Monitor, the one that's really valuable but a little hard to set up. Procmon, and I approve it. And let's see if it comes in nice and big. It does come in nice and big. Good. All right. Now, what I used to do is I used to ignore everything by name until it was all gone. But then I decided to, and that's the process here. All right. Maybe I'll do that. What I've switched to after that was just letting it see the process by positive names. But okay, let's, okay, there. You see all these things are there. So I don't want to see Explorer, so I right-click and exclude. Okay, and then I right-click and exclude everything by name. It can take like 30 clicks, but it's not too bad. Exclude this thing by name. All right, and so it's still filling up with events. Let me make this window fit in the screen there. 73,000 of 253 events. I'm just going to ignore all these processes, exclude CTFmon. It is kind of sloppy. I'm just excluding them by the name of the process. All right, well, there it is. Now it's running, but I don't see anything. So I'm going to stop it and clear the old stuff with the eraser. Okay. And now I want to run the malware. So I need to find it in File Explorer. There it is, key.exe. Okay, so I'm going to start this sniffing again and then run key. There we go. And nothing happened because that's disturbing. All right. I must have ignored too many things here, or maybe I'm not sniffing. Nope. That's rude. All right. So something went wrong with my process monitor. But let's see. There is something in Process Explorer. You should see. Oh, there's key.exe. Okay. So at least you can see that. Good. So there's key.exe running. Okay. And I'd like to run it in Process Monitor. So somehow I missed the key.exe process. So since I fouled it up somehow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sniffing, clear the events, and adjust my filters. Somehow, I hit the wrong thing. I'm only looking for CTFmon. That's the problem. I need to undo this one. Okay, that might do it. Now let's kill it and relaunch it. I have this thing right here I can use to kill it. Right click, kill process. Yeah, kill key, and then I'll run key again. And maybe it'll work this time. And maybe it won't. Okay, so let me go here and try to adjust my filters again. Oh, I wasn't sniffing. All right, there's always something. Okay. All right, let's exclude Spunk. Exclude Mongo. Exclude this. Well, I'm getting sort of tired of this. How much more do I have to do? All right, I've had it with doing it this way. I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to go in the filters and I'm going to include only stuff named key. That's the way to do it. So I want process name is includes contains, okay, key. There. There. That should do it. Now, I go here and kill it. All right, and now I sniff again. So it has events going by, and now when I run it, hopefully I will see the events. There we are. Now I see the events to launch that thing. That's what I wanted to see. So I can see how it launches. Here it is, launching key, then it launches ntdil, then it makes a prefetch folder, which is an important thing in Windows Forensics. Every time you run an executable, it adds it to the prefetch file, so it remembers you've used that, and it might want to reload it in advance before. Then it goes and makes a registry key. Something in the session manager. Then it launches WOW64, so this is 32-bit code running on a 64-bit OS. Then it loads some DILs that it's using, like kernel base and kernel 32. Then it goes and loads the user 32 and some more libraries. And some more libraries. And here it is messing with the registry some more. There we go. And I'm just looking for a run key. It should set a run key at some point because I saw it in the strings. Here it is creating a file, doing something. Here's creating this file, VMX32 to 64, trying to do it, but I think it didn't have administrator privileges, so it couldn't make it. And now it is creating the run key. So it's going to run that file. All right. So there it is doing pretty much what we guessed it was going to do from the strings. And so it's actually a keylogger. And you can find out by running Notepad. If I can get this thing to run, Note, there we are. If you're on Notepad and you type hello, people, all spelled wrong because I'm sloppy, then I should be able to go to the blue folder and it should have written a file called key.txt there. Go to the folder where the thing is, and there's a thing called log.txt. There it is. And that includes my key presses. So it's running a keylogger right now, taking all my data and putting it in that file there. So that's cool. And you can see the persistence mechanism. If you restart the machine, it will relaunch because it's in the run key. And you can then clean it off and see the network traffic and so on. It's also making some network traffic. So there's a few things to hunt through and flags to find there. The network traffic should be in Wireshark. And we should be able to find, oh, you have to use a different sample to see network traffic called key 12. But anyway, that should give you a start. All the network traffic is here in Wireshark. And you can filter up here, for example, if there was DNS, you could just type DNS and press enter. And see, here it is doing DNS requests. But these are not from the malware. These are just standard background things like Microsoft Edge and so on. But if your malware was using the internet, there would probably be DNS and then something else like HTTP or HTTPS. All right. Yeah, strings are awesome. You can get a lot from strings, but it's pretty easy to defeat too by packing the malware. So you should always try strings, but it's not, it fails a significant part of the time. But when the strings are there, you can totally figure out what's happening by just reading the strings. All right, I think that's it for that one.